Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is my unboxing video of Tori Hartman's Chakra Wisdom Tarot. So, it's a really cool box. I really like the box, and it's got like a little like drawer thingy that you pull out. Okay, so it comes with a guidebook, and the guidebook, I did cheat and I looked at the guidebook before doing this video. So I sort of unboxed this video on my own and just looked at the guidebook because I wanted to be able to talk a little bit about the guidebook. And there's really a lot of info in the guidebook about, well, first of all, it's in color, which is kind of cool. And there's a lot of information about working with the chakras and, you know, working with tarot and the chakras simultaneously. And I thought that was really, really interesting information, really valuable. Okay, so let's look at the cards. So these are the card backs. They're really pretty. I really like that. I like that burst of light right in the middle. And I like the box. I can tell that I'm gonna keep my cards in this box because I like the box. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, Tori Hartman has another deck. It's an oracle deck, and I think it's called the Chakra Wisdom Oracle. And this is the tarot. This is the tarot deck. So one thing that's really cool here is when you spread the cards out, they make like a rainbow. So the cards aren't organized according to the usual way they're usually organized when you first go through a tarot deck. They're organized according to chakra groupings, which is kind of cool. And there's more information in the book about how these cards are grouped. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the deck and let you get kind of a feel for it. So this is, I guess we're starting with the root chakra, which the color is red. So these are the tarot cards that have been grouped into the root chakra category. Ooh, I like all the sparkles and stuff. That's really pretty. And I love this color. I'm really drawn to the color red for some reason, and maybe that means that I have to work on my root chakra. I don't know. Oh, that's pretty. I like the little thingies of light here, the sparkles. And tarot and the chakras go together really well. So I'm curious to know. You can let me know in the comment section of this video. Oh, I love this. Oh, it's like tree roots coming up into her. That's really cool. Wow. I'm curious if you have done chakra tarot work before. Because I've used like tarot spreads that are and now we're into orange, so this is the sacral chakra. And I like this one with the ship. This actually reminds me of a lucid dream that I once had. There's a very dreamlike quality to some of these cards. What was I talking about? I was asking you a question. Oh yeah, I've done lots of tarot spreads that were like chakra themed tarot spreads, but this deck really takes it to a whole new level, and I'm excited to work with this deck and see what kind of readings I get with it. I'll do a little mini reading at the end of this video, I think. This one's really beautiful. Strength is often one of my favorite cards in a tarot deck, and I really like the two pools of water here. These women kind of have a Stepford wife kind of look about them. They look like models or something. So here we're into yellow, so this is the solar plexus chakra. I used to have lots of problems with my solar plexus chakra years ago, but now I don't. And the solar plexus chakra has to do with power and I think power and control and a bunch of other stuff too, but that was, I think, my issue. It was a time in my life when I didn't have I felt like I didn't have control over my own life. That's a beautiful card. The Hermit. That's really lovely. Aha, the Tower. Very intense. Okay, so now we're into green. So this is the heart chakra. Actually, the green is kind of a relief after all that, all the oranges and reds. This one's lovely. Okay, Princess of Swords. I think this is the one that's on the cover of the box. The star. Oh, that's really nice too. Okay, so now we're into blue. So this is the throat chakra. And the throat chakra is all about speaking your truth, communication, actually kind of similar to the suit of swords in a lot of ways. But it's all about, communicating clearly and being able to speak what's on your mind and all that kind of stuff. Being able to express yourself. All the knights are in this one. Interesting. I'm really curious about why Tori Hartman chose to group these cards as she did, and I'm sure the guidebook will tell me a little bit about that. Beautiful. Oh, this one's cool. The moon. Okay, now I feel like we're into purple. And purple represents the third eye chakra. The third eye chakra is all about having like a psychic sight, having like a spiritual, intuitive knowing. And it's about other things too. I'm just kind of oversimplifying. All the queens are here. That's interesting. Okay. Ah, the Hanged Woman. She looks like a bat or a butterfly. Like someone in a cocoon. Okay, now we're into purple, and purple is the crown chakra. And the crown chakra, that's the one chakra that I find really mystifying. It's kind of like your spiritual connection. I have a harder time sort of defining what it's all about. All the kings are here. Okay. And the lovers, wow. Oh, this is a pretty card. I like all the bursts of light that are in some of the cards. It has a very dreamlike, kind of ethereal, mystical kind of quality. Okay, and then the world looks like it's got rainbow colors, so it's like the world is not in any one particular category, which is cool, I think. Okay, so how does this deck read? Let's find out. I'm gonna shuffle these cards. See how these cards shuffle. Oh, and I didn't even talk about cardstock or anything. So cardstock it's a pretty decent thickness. The finish is sort of something between matte and gloss. It's not glossy, but it's not really matte. Let's give it another shuffle here. I like the size of the cards. They're fairly easy to shuffle. In some respects, though, I feel like the images are quite detailed. I kind of want a bigger card, like I kind of crave a bigger card. But then if you have a bigger card, it's like really hard to shuffle, so I shouldn't complain. Okay, so I'm gonna draw one card. I'm gonna ask, what is it that, well, actually, you know what, maybe I should draw more than one card. I'm gonna draw two cards. So I'm gonna ask the question, what is it that we need to be aware of right now in our lives in regards to our chakras and our whole energy system? Okay, so we've got Princess of Swords and then another card which I'm not going to turn over yet. Okay. Okay, so Princess of Swords, and she's the girl on the cover of the box, actually, and this is the heart chakra. So this would also be the Page of Swords in, like, say, a Rider-Waite deck. And this is so interesting because as I'm looking at this card, I'm getting information just based on what card it is, the Princess of Swords, and, you know, what I associate that card with. But then there's the added bit with the whole chakra color, and I'm thinking, you know, how does this relate to the heart chakra? So it's interesting. It's like I'm getting double the information that I normally would get with other tarot decks. So the first thing I'm noticing, actually, this card kind of reminds me of that same energy as the Ace of Swords, just the way that she's grasping this sword. Oh, and I just realized, okay, there, my camera wasn't in focus. So the way she's holding that sword up, it's like this is about really like taking the initiative and going for something and taking action. But of course, the Princess of Swords, she's the youngest of the court cards. She's learning, and I feel like in a lot of ways, we are learning how to use our intellect and integrate it with our heart. And that's a really tricky thing to do sometimes, to join the head and the heart. And often the Page or the Princess of Swords can represent someone who's a little unsure of themselves and maybe even like mentally unstable a little bit, or struggling with kind of mental issues. And really, I think the basis of that struggle is in trying to integrate your heart and the communication that you're getting from your heart and your head, the communication that you're getting from your head. And I want to be able to explain that in a better way. But this is really about finding mental calm and stability through connecting with your heart and connecting with like your heart's desires and practicing self-love and stuff like that. And let's see what the other card is. The other card we have is the Three of Wands, and this is the solar plexus chakra. And remember, I was saying that chakra is all about power and control and stuff like that. So with the Three of Wands, here we have a card that is really about reaping the rewards of your hard work. But not just that, it's also about judging the outcome of things. It's about assessing your life, where you are, and recognizing everything that's around you. So your job, the people in your life, how you feel about things, your hobbies, the things you own, the things you have, just looking at your life, it's all a result of previous action that you've taken. Whether that's physical action or whether that's thoughts you've had or feelings you've had. But all of those things, all your thoughts, all your feelings, all your actions, express themselves eventually in the things in your life. So they eventually become manifest in some way. And so the Three of Wands is about looking at all of that stuff and then kind of evaluating it and asking yourself, am I on the right path? Do I want more of the same? Do I want to change course? Do I want a little bit less of this, a little bit more of that? What's going on? What do I need to do here? And because this is about the solar plexus chakra, and this is all about power and control, it's really about recognizing yourself as the most powerful figure in your own life. You're sort of in the driver's seat, even if it doesn't always feel that way. And one way to recognize that is to look around at everything that's around you in your life and recognize that as a result of your actions, whether that's the result of your hard work or maybe the result of good choices or bad choices. It's a result of things that you've thought, things you've felt, things you've done. And so together, I feel like the message here is about really showing some love to your solar plexus chakra and your heart chakra, focusing on recognizing the power within yourself, but also connecting to your heart space and allowing your emotions to flow and practicing self-love and things like that. Okay, so that's what I get from those two cards. So this is really interesting. I might use this deck actually for my weekly reading as well. So that has been my unboxing video of the Chakra Wisdom Tarot by Tori Hartman. And if you're interested in purchasing this deck, I'm going to put the link in the description box below this video. So thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful rest of your day.